Hey everybody, AcedTyler here. Welcome back to Let's Play Diddy Kong Racing. In the last episode, we got the third TT amulet from Darkwater Beach in Sherbet Island, and so now we are done with Sherbet Island. Thank God. In this episode, we are going to enter the fourth world, Dragon Forest. And, I gotta say, I actually kind of like this world. I mean, for one thing, it says Dragon Forest, but it's also like it's also a medieval setting, and, I actually kind of like its medieval setting. So, of course, we're going to be going to the first track in this one, Windmill Plains. And look at that right there. It looks real nice. Kind of looks like the beginning of the Galar region. Actually, as a matter of fact, this whole area just reminds me of North Carolina because we used to have we had a summer house over there in the mountains area, like near Asheville, and I had a lot of nostalgic memories over there. I mean, if anything, if I ever wanted to move somewhere, I'd probably want to move to North Carolina. But that just depends on the income or the price. So I mean, we'll just have to figure that out first. So anyway, one thing I gotta say though, the tracks in Dragon Forest, they are pretty long. I mean, well, some of them are going to be longer than the other tracks that we've raced through before, especially in this track, and I believe the next track that we're going to be going into. Also, for some weird-ass reason, this is actually especially noticeable with certain racers, like Crunch, for instance, because they seem to have really have some rather. I think they must have amped up the AI for Crunch because he's already beating my ass right now. It's just weird though because Crunch is actually one of the worst racers. I mean, he can be good on the hovercraft from what I know, but. You know, he has the worst top speed and probably the worst kind of turning as well. I think his acceleration is okay, but I don't know. But for some reason, they really must have programmed Crunch to actually to try to beat my ass. Like they must have like amped up the AI, or either that, or as usual, the computer is a cheating bastard. Because that's how it always has to be. I mean, they seem to do that with certain racers in this game, so I really don't get why. I will say though, like, you know, the plane isn't actually too bad. Oh, you know what? I never mentioned this at all. So, the green balloons they pick up, they actually change whenever you use the plane. I mean, they still have the same effect, but only this time, instead of the oil slick from the other vehicles, you actually send out a fart. Yeah, that's what it is, a literal fart. And so the racers just run into them. They just go and just get like crash over. They crash over how horrid as shit it smells. Oh God, I didn't think of that. So yeah, that's actually what it is. I think the other power-ups might still be the same, but I'm not entirely sure. I think this just applies for the first stage of the green balloon, but that's just as far as I know. Alright, so Windmill Plains is done, and so the next one, Greenwood Village. This track I also like, except for the Silver Coin Challenge, though, which we'll be getting to later. But I will say, though, the Silver Coin Challenge actually still sucks, even without the use of the hovercraft. But this track I actually like, though. It's also a long track, but, you know, like I said, it's actually a pretty interesting world where you know, it just kind of mixes, well, you know, it does have some forest themes, because, I mean, for one thing, it's called Dragon Forest, but, you know, considering that it might involve dragons, then yeah, they go with a they decided to go with a medieval setting. So I actually kind of like that. I don't know why. I mean, maybe I'll call it because of my inner Zelda fanboy, but I seem to have a thing for anything with medieval settings. I don't know. You've already had a Zelda thing for that, you know, considering my considering for as much of a Zelda fanboy that I am. Anyway, yeah, I feel like Crunch really is trying to get on my ass right now. Okay, there's also a few shortcuts you can take. If you go down this well, you'll plop right down to this part here, and then you can actually be able to bypass all the other racers that are trying to get ahead. So, it's actually a pretty useful shortcut. And there is another alternate path you can take, but it doesn't really help very much, which we'll see later on. But this is actually the very same area where you can just get the that silver coin, which once we get to that challenge. Yeah, but this one isn't a good path because you see now. Now apparently his AI is rubber banded once more. But yeah, I would say that I think it's only like the first couple of tracks in Dragon Forest that's long. The last two aren't. The last two isn't so long, and I think especially the last track is pretty short, which we'll see later on, of course. I gotta say though, I actually looked at some tweets like while I was on Twitter, and I saw that for those of you who don't know right now, this game's gonna be turning 25 this year, because the game did come out in 1997, and so yeah, we're at 2022 now. So yeah, like I think either by this month or next month, I can't remember the exact date but yeah, this game is just about to reach its 25th anniversary, so yeah, call it a coincidence that I'm actually doing a Let's Play of this game on its 25th anniversary. So yeah, what do you know? And, you know, it's good timing there. All right, so track 3, Boulder Canyon. So let's see what that's real. Good track at the hovercraft. I hate this world already. Or, you know, I mean this track before, so Boulder Canyon, yeah, it's a hovercraft track. Yay. It's also still pretty interesting, though, because, well, for one thing, the music is catchy as hell. I really do love the, theme for Boulder Canyon. Not only that, though, but once you get to different areas, like the castle and then this watery, dungeon there, the music actually transitions to actually fit with it. So like it just changes like depending on the area. It's very much like in the Banjo-Kazooie games, where well actually Banjo-Tooie especially, where you know when you go to different areas, like the overall theme changes. So like it'll be the same kind of tune though, but it basically just transitions to where it gets either gets ambient or you know if it's kind of a theme for the area. But yeah, that's what Boulder Canyon does, and you know I actually like it like that, where you know it just where it feels like you know. Like you're in some sort of a castle, and then it starts to get rather eerie once you get to the dungeon area, and then of course once you're in the canyon area, then it just gets very upbeat and cheerful. Yeah, it's a very catchy tune. I really love this theme. I guess your main obstacles in this track are let's say, well, yeah, the logs for one thing. I mean, you can actually use the logs to your advantage. To get a little extra boost in speed. Yeah, like that right there. Just by utilizing it, and then you just suddenly get this boost right here. That, and also, not only that though, but they can also try to hinder your progress as well, where like you can just bump into them and then they just slow you down. So you want to be careful with those two. Also, if you notice that bell over there, you can actually get across the bell and it will ring, and then the drawbridge right behind you will actually raise up. And there is actually a key that's up in the alcove, but we'll get to that later. You know, the key for the battle course. But you know, we'll get to that later, like after we beat this world's boss for the second time, which is you know what we usually do. All right, so Boulder Canyon is done, and then last track in this world is gonna be Haunted Woods. Ooh, Haunted Woods. Oh man, I could have just done this track in the last month or like in October because you know Halloween and whatnot, but. Oh, well, it's already getting close to November. It's getting close to November. What the fuck? How's this year run by so fast? Ugh. Alright, so Haunted Woods. It's a pretty short track. I mean, probably the shortest track in this game. Also, yeah, we had these floating ghost heads of what looks to be Whizpig. He's also a ghost, but yeah, they don't really do anything though to try to hinder your progress, because all they do is that they just move around and they just laugh eerily like that. And I mean, you know, just by going past them, that's all they do. So they really don't do anything. They're just there, you know, just for the. And I guess just for the sake of distraction, or just to keep it the spooky level, because it has to be spooky. And yeah, that's basically. Oh, I did not mean to do that. God damn it. But yeah, that's basically just how short this track is. And I guess that's about it though. But yeah, I should be just about done with this one. And so and then we just got the boss, of course. This is good too, I gotta say. I mean, well, this track is. And with that, that was Haunted Woods. So yeah, that's a pretty short track and nothing much going for it. Except you know, it's just pretty spooky. And now, at long last, we are now ready to tackle the boss of this world. And yeah, considering it's also called Dragon Force, you know damn well that you know this boss is gonna involve a dragon. See, watch. I'll go in the store, and yeah, you'll just see in just a sec. See, yep, called it. It's a dragon, of course.
Excellent. challenge you to a race.
I actually kind of like his voice too. I mean, he kind of sounds like he's got that Arnold Schwarzenegger going on. Alright, so this is Smokey the Dragon, and god damn it, he did not signal you to go, you fucking cheater. Alright, so here's how Smokey the Dragon works. He is kind of tough, like when you're ahead of him, but once you get, well, I mean, while you're behind him, of course. But once you're ahead of him, then the rest is actually up to you, though, because he can be pretty easy once you're ahead, and then you basically own the whole thing. The only obstacles that he'll send is that, well, of course, you know, being a dragon, is that he spits out these fireballs at you, and so that's what you want to watch out for, is, you know, the fireballs, and because you know, you'll just get knocked down for a bit. Not only that though, but you also want to watch out for, well, try not to crash through the walls, and watch out for the pillars there too, and also the trees. So that's also what you want to be careful for. And this will probably be the only boss in which, well, the only boss before Whizbig in which he used the plane there. So yeah, it's actually kind of fitting enough. But yeah, once you're ahead of him, then, you know, as long as you pick up enough of the balloons, or the blue balloons, then he can be an absolute total cakewalk. But if you're behind him, then, you know, that's when you want to watch out. So yeah, that's basically all there is. I mean, not too hard of a boss. I mean, it can be a bit difficult sometimes whenever you're behind him. But, you know, once you're ahead of him, then, you know, by all means, then, you know, it's not too bad. Oh yeah, you also want to watch out for the propellers on that windmill as well. That's also another thing that can also stop you from progressing onwards. But yeah, other than that, then I guess you pretty much own this whole thing. So yeah, I guess for the fourth boss of the world, like probably somehow even easier than Bubbler. I mean, Bubbler just fucking sucked, of course. Well, I mean, I'm not sure if you're gonna think of that as a joke, is considering that, you know, it's suction cups. But yeah, that was it. That was Smokey the Dragon, and so we made first place in. See you for the Silver Coin Challenge. It's up next.
Excellent. Now try my new challenge. Collect all the silver coins from my world. Find 8 from each level and win. Then come back and see me.
Alright, so, yep, of course, as usual, what's next is the Silver Coin Challenge, and this one sucks. I mean, you know, someone just as bad as Sherbet Island, somehow, I don't know how. Anyway, so next time on Let's Play Diddy Kong Racing, we are going to go through the tracks again, and for the Silver Coin Challenge, and hope we can actually succeed in this one, because I've struggled a bit, so until next time, see you guys later.